So, hello everyone and welcome to another video. So today we are talking about my TBR for the Legendary Readathon. And can I read 18 books in a month? I don't know. I'm just taking the months as I'm going. I'm also doing another TBR challenge which I won't talk too much about. But that one is called Roll the Dice, which basically is you have 2 dice and then you have 5 categories and then 12 books, and then you roll the die and then see whatever you get. And I have basically taken everything so that these are books from TBR. So yeah, I've mostly been trying to do that with the Legendary Readathon as well. So I have mostly short books. I have a few long ones and then some ones that I should get to and a little bit like that. So I am a little afraid for some things, but let's just get into it, see what we get to. And yeah, so let's just go through all 18 prompts. And yeah, the first one is Legendary Reader, and that is to read one of Erica's favorite standalones. And I spent way too much time on this, I have to say. At first I was like seeing if Death Prefers Blondes were anything, like anywhere to be found. I didn't find it anywhere, so I decided to go with a different book that I could get on audio, and that is Autobiography from Christina Lauren. And yeah, I really want to get to that. I've had it on my TBR for a while, haven't gotten to it, so hopefully this might be the month. Maybe. I just have to see whatever I can get to. Then we have Happy Coincidences, and that is read a book you've been wanting to get to for the past year that you haven't gotten around to yet. And that has to be Dead Man Walking. So if you know me, you know that I love the Fallen Man series. This is the last one that is currently published, and I really want to get to that. I want to get to Bea and Priest's story, and this is the month, hopefully. I had it on my shelf for a while. I have been thinking about like this whole series. I've been thinking about since I started it like a year or so ago, maybe 2 actually. And I've just been thinking about this like all the time, and I have been trying to get to this for I don't know when I put it up first, but it was, yeah. Anyways, it has been something that I have been wanting to get to for like the past year since it was announced. Then we have Exciting New Book. That is to read a book that was published in the last year that you have been excited to read. And I have put The Marriage Pass on. So this book, I am a little afraid to read it because it has some low ratings. But I have been excited to read it, see if I have an opinion on it, and it was on my most anticipated releases, so I really want to try and get to it and see if I like it or if I am like almost everyone else and doesn't. So I just need to like lower my expectations of this book and see when I get to it. Then we have a lovable writer, and that is to read a book by one of your favorite authors. And my favorite author is Mariana Zapata. I've been trying to get to all of her books, and I've been really bad at it because I have gotten other things to read, but hopefully this is the month. So for this one, I have decided to go with Wait for It. And yeah, if it's as good as anyone, like all her other books, then I am going to like it. And yeah, I can't wait to see. Then we have an eccentric read, and that is to read a book with a strange main character. And I had to think of this, but I have decided to put Poirot Investigates. And the reason is that, yes, Poirot, he is like a really cool character, and you know, he is smart and he has his ways to, you know, get the case solved. But I have to say, he is a little strange as well. You know, like when you read it, you really love the character, but sometimes you feel like he is a little strange just because I just feel like he doesn't tell people around him kind of what he's thinking, and at the end he's like, well, it just fits, and it's just, yeah, he's a little strange. So that is like the book I have chosen for this, because he is kind of a strange main character. And I mean, even Agatha Christie basically has one time said that he's strange. So yeah. And then we have Gifted Read, and that is to read a book that was gifted to you or a book you gifted yourself. And I just feel like when I get to like a book that has been gifted or gifted myself is the one that I have chosen. And these are like gifting them to yourself because they are really expensive books. So I have chosen Luna and the Lie. I was supposed to read it this month, didn't get to it. So I really hope that I can get to it. I am a little afraid just because Books with Chloe didn't like this book, but I have hopes to really like it. So that is the one that I have chosen. These are like expensive books. It's just crazy. Then we have Epic Tale, and that is to read an epic fantasy or a book you think will be an epic read. And I have decided to go with A Court of Wings and Ruin. It's time to finish this book, or this like first part of the series is definitely time, and definitely need to get through it so I can, you know, continue on with this series and see. But yeah. Then we have Nice Try, and that is to give a book you didn't finish a second chance or give an author a second chance. So this might not be like a second chance, as in I have only read one book, but it's Stephen King, because I want to, you know, give him another chance and see if I even like his books. And that is The Dead Zone, which is one that I need to get to. And I don't know about this book. I think it's shorter one. I don't know. Hopefully it's not too long. So yeah, I'm going to give him a, I don't know, fifth chance or something, the second chance, and see if I ever can like his books or not. So let's see. Then we have Dance Like No One's Watching. That is to read a book with a beautiful cover while listening to music. And I have decided to go with Ice Massacre. I feel like this is a really cool and beautiful cover. So I'm going to try and get to that book, see. And this is a book I have been wanting to get to for quite some time now. Then we have a Operational Read, and that is to read a book or short story featuring ghosts, and I have decided to go with Tunnel of Bones. So this is a short book, And I read City of Ghosts a little while ago, like maybe a year ago, and I need to finish this series so I can, you know, just say I'm done. But this is the second one, so I started it at one point, didn't finish it, so now I feel like it's time. I need to start over anyways, so. Then we have Render Me Speechless, and that is to read a book written by Erica, or read whatever you want. And I have not picked anything for this. I need to see what I can get to within the month and then go from there. So yeah, I don't know what I will pick. To be honest, I'm just going to see how the month is going, and I will update in my vlogs. Then we have Yearning for Love, and that is to read a book featuring a gay romance. And I have not decided on anything on this either, because I don't know if any one of the books that I kind of have on my TBR for, forever, has a gay romance in it. I have not checked that out. So, I'm just going to see what I pick for this, basically. Then we have Reach for the Stars, and that is to read a book that takes place in space or has stars on the cover. I have decided to go with Red Rising. So, this book is set on a planet, but it's set in space. So it's not set on Earth, so it's set on Mars or something. So it's set out in space. So technically, it takes place in space. Even though it's set on a planet, it's still set in space. So, and I don't know if it just takes place on this one place or anything. I don't know, basically. Then we have Eviction Notice, and that is to read or reread a book you've been thinking of unholding. And for this, I have decided to go with T is for Tree. And the reason why, I have never read this book before, but it just, some people have read it and they hated it, and now I feel like I will hate it too. So yeah, I don't know if I even will like it. Then we have Absolutely Positive, and that is to read a book that gives you positive vibes. And I have decided to go with The Wild Air. The reason why this gives me positive vibes is not necessarily what the book is about, but where the book is set. Because the book is set in Norway, and that is the place where I am from. So it just gives me positive vibes, and I like things set, where I come from. Then we have Do Not Enter, and that is to read a genre you don't normally read. And I have decided to go with The Long Walk, and the reason is it's a horror. I don't read much horror, and it's not only the genre, but the person is out of my comfort zone. And then we have Exceptionally Unexceptional. That is to read a book featuring a character who is an outcast. And I have decided to go with Mockingjay because I feel like in this one, Katniss is still an outcast, because where she is right now, she doesn't feel at home, and she's just really different than anyone, and she don't have a lot of people who understands her, so she's still an outcast. Even if it has gone like 2 books, this is the 3rd one, she's still an outcast, Then we have Racing Against Time, and that is to read a book involving time travel or finish a book you've been already started before the end of the year. And I have decided to go with a book that I started and try to finish it, and that is The X Talk. So I started it, I'm like 50% through this book, and I didn't finish it, which sucks, and I really need to get that going. So that's the book I have been choosing. Like the two that I haven't chosen, you will just have to see what I pick for that, because even I don't know, so let's just see. I hope you liked this video, and I will see you next time for another one. Bye!